relationship between an artist and the audience is really important in music. Musicians love to perform in front of audiences. To be honest, it makes music more fun. Pop artists in front of audiences of thousands get this incredible high. It is so much fun to hear like a huge crowd going, yeah! Or even a smaller setting of 2 or 3 people, or a smaller number where you can kind of connect with them individually. But the whole point of music often is to share it with somebody else, to share what's inside me with you. Music is a performance art, so without the audience, there's not much performance. Now, the song that I have for you today is called 4 minutes and 33 seconds, and it was composed by John Cage in 1952, I think 52. It is a conceptual piece. When John Cage writes to the musician, walk on stage, set down your instrument, or like often it's a piano that is done. They literally close the piano so you can't play it, and then they sit there for 4 minutes and 33 seconds. John Cage is playing with that relationship between the artist and the audience. So the audience sits there and they are expecting the artist, the musician, to walk on stage and perform something lovely, something that makes them feel something great. But instead, the musician sits down and plays nothing. And maybe you're waiting and you're waiting. And it's really hard to get an entire audience to wait quietly. But again, it's that relationship between the audience and the artist that helps this moment. The audience is expecting something to happen, and they are waiting. And as they're waiting, they are experiencing something. They're hearing sounds of people breathing around them, maybe somebody moving a piece of paper, even the artist on stage perhaps shifting on a chair. The reason John Cage wrote this song is it's pretty conceptual. It's sort of interesting. The music is often performed by the musician, and thus is the musician's ideas. So the audience is just experiencing what the musician wants you to. So by removing the artist from the song, meaning that the artist is making no sound, is then the audience member's job or their opportunity to experience something of their own. Maybe they will feel uncomfortableness because they're waiting, or maybe they'll hear peacefulness because they feel that calm, or maybe they'll hear patterns around them. So who knows what the audience member will experience in that song, and it is not the artist's job or the the musician's influence to create it for the audience member. If you want to hear more about what John Cage thought about it, you can click on the Wikipedia link. There's quite a bit in there. And it's really quite an interesting song, and it definitely challenges the audience and artist relationship. But that I hope you enjoy. Oh, and when you are thinking about your own songs that might exhibit this audience and artist relationship, you might just go back to regular, yay, we have an audience and this is how it feels to be in front of audience. You might even find 2 songs of the artist doing it, like performing the same song, but in 2 different settings, and how it really changes. Often when you get in front of like a smaller audience, this music becomes more gentle. When you're in front of a large audience, the music tends to be much bigger. So as you're finding your own examples of this, don't feel that you need to find one that is as extreme as this one. Find one that just you can tell that the audience is affected by what the artist does, or that the artist is affected by what the audience does. It's pretty cool to find.